Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Well, kind of sort of happy, but back to working on this flooring here. It really starting to show signs of staining, and pulled tote and the roaster out because it got under the bed a little bit yet. I was too tired last night when I got home to mess with this thing. But got the Abyssal Pro heat out here. We're going to go underneath this thing and try to get some of this picked up here this morning before we do puppy walks. I really needed to get to the other side of the bed here though, so I can turn on the other light, because more light the better it is. Alrighty, we are on Mike's Pocket today. I finally figured out what I did wrong the other day was I had the Evo in a positive instead of a minus. That made it way over bright. Hopefully the mic isn't blasting on this thing. I have everything set the same as mine, so we should be okay. I'm not going to time lapse this. This is just going to be me trying to vacuum this up. I'm just going to kind of go over it real quick. So, not a whole lot. Last night was, we had some, well, you saw the rainstorms and whatnot. They finally caught up to the store, and it poured for quite a while. That was some heavy rain. And I know, like I said, there were some flood warnings. So, alright, let's get to this and then get puppies out for a walk. And I'm clumping, so I'd like to try to get today's video edited before I leave. Yesterday's is exporting. Boy, oh boy, I'm upstairs cleaning away, and I'm like, man, it smells like a restaurant cooking down here. We got eggs, and we got hash browns. Yum, yum, yum. Time for breakfast. Alrighty, well, using baking soda as kind of a marker here, and I can see this spot right in here. It's sprinkled lightly, but you can definitely tell that it's still got quite a bit of moisture right in this section. So, definitely a good telltale that we need to keep going with drying. Do have the fan going on it with oscillate, so that should help a little bit. But alright, yeah, so right where the air conditioner basically was, the main portion here is still pretty damp. Gee whiz. It doesn't, the thing that is, the vacuum doesn't seem to be bringing much out in that area. It's like not doing much. Gee whiz, it cleared up last night for that cotton candy sky, but it is clouded back up again here this morning. We have 74 degrees, 23 degrees Celsius. So, the humidity is not near as heavy the last couple days. So, getting little man out for wonder number one here. Get Princess out, everybody's good. This morning, pre-8. I had a hell of a time last night when I laid down. My legs just, for some reason, were itching like crazy, both of them. I put the Ultra Healing Jergens lotion on them to try to stop it, and that didn't really work, so that got me back up until after midnight. I finally laid down. Priya was wanting loved up, which I gladly did. So I don't know if I cut it or not last night. Yeah, so unfortunately I was told some very bad news. A family member went out to dinner, and her and her husband came home, and the one dog was laying there. The house was completely torn up, and the younger dog had somehow got a bag wrapped around its head and suffocated. My mom told me that, and it just kills me. Just kills me. I would kick myself in the ass to the end of eternity for ever going to dinner. I mean, it's a freak thing. They don't know where the bag came from. It's just horrible. Just horrible. I can't imagine how scared the dog was, and to suffocate. Oh God, that just breaks my freaking heart. I could not wait to get home and hug these guys last night. And I know I get frustrated occasionally with them and whatnot, but they're my life. They really are. They're my children. I am happy about saying that. You know, I'm just not a father figure, puppy-wise. So, just if you love your pet, I mean, they did nothing wrong. It's just I would just, when something bad happens, you always go back and say, what could I have done different? Terry's accident. Had I not stopped her to hand her reading glasses, she would not have been in that position to get hit. I still feel regret on that. You know, it's just, And the bitch is going to trial. They finally had the preliminary hearing yesterday, and the bitch is going to trial. Three more eyewitnesses, so 4 eyewitnesses total testified against her. So Terry, the advocate doesn't think Terry's going to have to actually go to the trial, but she would like to, if possible, if it's not going to interrupt her work schedule. So, but yeah, this little snot, she keeps bringing her bratty child to the judge literally made her remove the child from the court, from the wherever they were at. If it was an actual courtroom or not, we never got in far enough to ever know. But he was being so disruptive that the judge ordered her to remove him. It's a sympathy bullshit thing where she's trying to bring the kid in and say, oh, you can't take me away from my child. Well, you're a drug addict and an alcoholic and you're a scumbag. You need to go to jail. That's my opinion. I'm gonna have to pay attention to my Pocket 3 a little bit closer, because this thing's giving me a whole lot of messages that I don't remember mine giving me all the time. I just changed some settings. Mainly the fact if I flip the screen when it's not recording, it'll automatically turn off right now, and it's also set up to only be in landscape mode, so it doesn't keep switching that over, because that's a pain in the ass. Not currently running auto track, or face tracking. I haven't run that in a while. I'll do it in the car, just make it a little easier for myself occasionally. Sometimes I just line it up myself, so if I move around and put my seatbelt on or whatnot, it doesn't sit there and go back and forth. I updated the speed on it to fast for now. But yeah, the Evo was cranked to like 1.3. What you doing, boo? You going potties? You smiling at me? I love you too, buddy. What you doing? You a big boy? You a big min bin? He went to the big bed last night. Priya was in the recliner, and then I woke up in the middle of the morning here and she was sleeping with me. So I put a cover over her and she was all happy. Snuggled with, and actually she crawled under my covers, which I'm trying not to get them on my bed because I'm trying to keep the dander and stuff. I cover my pillow every day, so I'm not sleeping in fur. That message I've seen before, when you kind of move the gimbal too far and it will give you reached limit. That one I'm used to. So far, so good. I mean, hey, this just gives me a backup. And the fact that those other batteries, Mike gave me 2 of the long batteries that I won't use anymore. So, because they broke the bottom of the mount off quite a bit. It still holds, don't get me wrong, but it makes me nervous that one day I won't be able to attach the batteries to it anymore. So I mentioned, I think yesterday, that there was another, it was Hawthorne or something. It was a mount that actually connected into. It is a UK seller only. They do not ship to the United States. I found the same branded one on Amazon US, but it's not the same design. And then K&F Concepts also, not only do they make just the magnet plates, but they actually make the charging magnet plates now too for it, which I have 2 of them right now. That's plenty. Although that could come in handy on the tripod, because it's also ARCA and GoPro mount, or action camera mount. We're not going to say the G word. Yeah, this is what I was mentioning the other day. Bring the freaking Sawzall down, hack off these guys because they're covering half the sidewalk. Even though they're probably on this guy's property. I don't think he'd really give a shit. And then the pine bushes over there are doing the same thing. They're crossing in. It just kind of, it's annoyance. Got enough gap to get around it, but still. You know something I need to do? I need to double check and make sure that we are fully updated with the Mimo app on this guy. It does have the zoom feature, which I think is the last thing added, but let's double check that quick. Oh crap, I gotta turn the off. Even if I have the app closed, it still uses the viewer and takes away your screen. Didn't realize that. Am I still zoomed? I was still zoomed. Up to date. That is good news. And the filter actually came with a screen protector, which it looks like I didn't get on there super straight, and there's one spot in the one corner that's not quite sitting down, so keep working on it. The other part in the center went down finally. Just sometimes these take time to seat in. Something I am noticing though is it is getting way hotter than mine does. Mine never heated up. This one is definitely I feel it on my hand. The unit itself and the battery are actually both warming, which is kind of concerning. Never had any issues, so keep an eye on that little issue as well. Jeez, I know it's a weekday and all, but this section's not normally this empty parking-wise. It is nuts. It's like there's nobody here today. Everybody decided to go to work. I'm really interested in seeing my next schedule because the assistant manager actually did it. And he put the leads, me and the other person, closing on slower days, and the busy days, he's closing. He's like, I'd rather be here when it's busy and, you know, just when there's more people and more issues going on, that there's a higher member of management. That's fine. I mean, now last night I did literally have to walk up to a gentleman because it was 8:15. I was like, sir, we close at 8 o'clock. It is now 17 minutes after. We need to go. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I'm really polite about it. But one lady come in just as I was locking the doors, and she's like, time do you close? 8 o'clock. What time is it? 8 o'clock. She scurried through the store. She was like one of the first ones to get out of there, actually. We still had like 4 more people to get out. It's on the door. It's on the website. Let's all show up at 10 minutes of 8 and then shop our full grocery list. Right, walk 1 done. Mateo got a cookie. He's happy. Got to visit with his maintenance buddies. He's a happy pup now. He tried to get in back of Bill's car because he saw the red boxes and he thought they were treats. And rumor has it, they're supposed to come today and do something with this, which it sounds like they're just going to dump stone down in the hole. They're not even going to dig it up. Oh yes, fantastic workmanship around here. I love it. Not really. Oh, Priya, she's like, I'm sniffing. She was in bed with Mom, and she flipped herself over and wanted her belly rubbed. And I granted her wishes and gave her kisses. Because, yeah. I'm not saying anything to Terry about the situation because it's just too heartbreaking. I'm trying to figure out a title for yesterday's video. I just exported it with the date and day number for right now just to get it exported. So it probably was done on the first walk because it was almost done before we left. So get that uploading, get this one importing, and get ready to call it a day here because I want to make sure I have time to just come home and not have to mess with it and go to bed and get up for my 6:30 shift tomorrow morning. It's going to be it's Wednesday, so needless to say we're backwards on staff on Wednesdays every freaking week. Regardless, today we should be okay. Yesterday ended up being a little bit of a circus apparently because the one associate, just so he's still in the system, he works 1 Monday a month because he has his own landscaping business, so that in the wintertime they can bring him in more often and keep him and not have to, you know, which that's the deal they worked out. So they accidentally scheduled him 2 Mondays this month, and he already had jobs lined up, so he was not able to come in. So the other lead got called in early. She did get to go out home an hour early, which I mean, everybody was boxing at one point, so we got that done. Just I'm like, okay, 6:30, trying to do a floor. It's like, but the new associate, we need to get with her, and she really needs to do the cooler during work hours because we were up against the gun on being 15 minutes out late because we're trying to do the cooler quick, and finally I just said, go. I need to get the hell out of here. So it was, I said, don't worry about that. Let's get it in the cart. Let's get out of here. We got to go. We can't be more, you know, we punched out like 43 after. So hopefully tonight I have one of the OGs with me. Hopefully she does cooler slightly better, and we won't be, you know, doing it at 8:30. We'll be doing it like, you know, prior to close. Now if you just keep people from coming in at 5 minutes of and dawdling around. Okay, after 2 laps out here, I'm definitely getting warm. Is she crossing through? Yep. She always avoids that corner, comes through the grass. Don't you, princess? You always have to come through the grass. She goes, yeah, softer on my paws. She's been a good girl. A couple times she's decided to stop when I wasn't ready for her to. Oh, did her potties, which is good. That's what we're out here for. And she's out here to sniff. Ooh, it's picked up some temperature. We're up to 82 and 27 degrees Celsius, and oh my God, you're not going to believe when we make this turn what you're going to see. We are actually doing work. Hopefully I can get around this. Little mini bobcat. Is he backing up any further? Can I get around you, dude? Only took him 2 months to finally come up and do something about it. Fantastic. Alright, gave myself a little haircut. Didn't do the top. Didn't do any trimming up here. It's still good. The sides get too bushy, and I figured how to do the back better. I put the longest attachment on the trimmer and extend it out as far as it can go, and just kind of come up over the back. And it took that calic down to a good length. Because that was starting to get really annoying in the video, seeing that. It looked like a bum. I think I got it right. I had to re-subscribe to Final Cut monthly, $4.99. Of course, my Apple card declined it. It still worked. It declined it, but it still worked. I'm not going to argue. So I accomplished quite a bit from 11:30 until I managed to cut my hair, get a shower. I wasn't gonna jump. I was gonna go rinse off. Like, well, shit, I'm in the shower. Might as well just. And I've been putting the sun in my hair, so it's getting a little bit lighter. It feels so much better in this hot weather. And the hotter it is, the brighter it'll get. Haircut was it was a simple one, very simple. The one trick I do is when I shave, I always do the back of my neck with the razor blade as well, so I don't grow a tail. And it's not always even, don't get me wrong, but I don't have that little tail coming down ever. It was pretty straight. I just had it kind of straighten up just a little bit with the tiny trimmer. So, alright, put the air conditioner back in place and plugged it in so she had some cool air while she's laying down this afternoon. She doesn't work tonight, but you know, she worked overnight, so I had to give the dogs back to her. One thing I will say, the air conditioner has not leaked at all since I put it in the tote and put it up higher. That has nothing to do with it. It's the other lower filter in that LG was clogged. From now on, I don't care if I see I'm going to be checking them. If I see the filter lights on, they are getting cleaned. Both of them. There's too many pets in the house, dander gets in them, and they just get blocked. It was my fault, 100%. I didn't realize there was 2 filters in it. And I'm going to actually probably do a little video. If you have this problem, make sure, I think it's the lower filter that was causing the issue, to be honest with you. Because I think that's where the condenser is. The other one's just like the fan, or the fins and stuff. So, important lesson learned. Alrighty, we got some road rage going on out here on the road. Some guy was sitting at the, yield sign, really. And then a guy's laying on his horn, and then they're racing up the strip. So, probably hear the cops coming soon. See if we can't keep up with this beautiful sky we got going on here. Those are some big puffy clouds up there too. I don't know if I'm going to get home in time to get in the air for it. It's alright. Can't catch everything. Alright, well, good news is Sunday I might not have to stay all day long. The one cashier's like, I was never asked, but she is working in the morning for 4 hours, and she's willing to leave for 4 hours, come back, and work the last 4. So I might only have to stay till like 4 o'clock. Sundays are our busiest days, so I'm sure they're going to want me to stick around until she gets back. if they're okay with her coming back. So I'll have to text the acting manager, see what he says. Oh, better night. Well, having someone there till 6 boxing was definitely a big help. That took 2 aisles out of my problem child. I never did really check aisle 2 again, to be honest with you. I just did what I could do. Got floors cleaned and everything, and so, ooh, hold on. Oh yeah, that 2-time zoom is so handy. Love it. All right, let's go home and see some pupper dogs. Home sweet home, did a quick little flight, and as I showed you earlier today, they were working down here. So let's see the mess they made with stone only. It's like the Yorkie's out, and another dog. I'm trying to get a quick shot of this. I'm not sure what dog that is. Skinny little thing. But it looks like they ripped it out and graveled it over, so they got all the sinking spots. We'll get a better look at it in the morning or tomorrow afternoon. But that's what we got going on there. At least we got no more sinkhole. Alright, the Dalmatian was the other dog. Put his fluorescent collar on him so we can see him. Makes that much easier. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go this way. Let's go down this way, boo. Yeah, orange collar or leash, harness, much better. But this guy that was gorgeous. So, got a really nice panoramic. And I used the Bravery as if I had Mr. Baker with me for the flight. So, a few of you know what that means. Alrighty, oh man did his business. And there's Princess. We got both of them together here, and they're wrapping me up constantly because they just don't understand being together anymore. Really don't. But hoping Priya does business, but I don't want to go up around because the Dalmatian's out there. Alrighty guys, well thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great night and stay safe.